This is Waco Tanks from Clout Gaming, here with some intermediate clashing. Alright, so it's been a while since I made a video, and I'll talk about that a little bit at the end. But I really enjoyed some of these recent challenges, and so I wanted to make a blind decks video, sort of while it was still semi-relevant. I'm going to play Misplaced Rockets, and he's going to play Vitamin C. You can see the deck list on the side there. You're going to see me play pretty conservatively in the opening, and it's because I don't know what he has. And you see, Furnace is just a great opening play. It's going to make Elixir back over time if they don't answer it. It causes some pressure, and I get to see a little bit of what his deck has. Now, I don't know why he arrowed there. You're going to see him mismanaging arrows, and I'm going to take advantage of that. Now, this rocket's a little aggressive. Some people might not like that because I'm spending so much elixir, but I had a lot of elixir to spend, and Night Witch is kind of like Furnace in that she makes a lot of elixir back over time with spawning the bats. So I don't mind that move. Now, since I just did a big power spell, he thinks it's safe to group his 3 Musk, but if he knew the deck, he'd know that I have Mirror, and I've played everything else, so I should have Mirror in hand. So that's unfortunate, but that's kind of a forgivable mistake. This was yesterday, so maybe he didn't already know all the decks. Okay, so you see me playing again pretty safely with the Furnace. I've got a significant lead on him, and I just need to kind of hold on to that. Now, I think that Miner was a mistap. I don't think he was trying to fake me out. I don't really know what was going on there, but you see, I kept his cart back and defended that pretty well. Oh, this is kind of a cheap play. So I know that he's got to arrow my Goblin Barrel so I can mirror it. And he really, with these restricted decks, he really does not have a good answer. I think Cannon Cart's about as good of an answer as any because you can counter push with his Ice Golems. It's a nice counter push play, but I'm so far ahead at this point. And here you're going to see him in just a minute throw arrows down, and I don't see why, because you see all this stuff's dying there, so the arrowing my gang doesn't really help. I guess maybe he thought that the cannon cart would be in range, but the log pushed it back. So you see me kind of underplaying, but that allows me to have enough elixir to rocket those 3 Musks should they appear. Now, I did not think that he was going to be grouping all 3. Maybe he was going for surprise, but you can see he's pretty flustered here. He just placed his Night Witch too close to the tower to tank for those, to successfully tank for those Fire Spirits. And we've all done that. Set something down to tank for Fire Spirits and just place it a square too close. But this was game. This was win number 5 for me. So I was 4-1 at this point. I went 4-0. Just misplayed a game and got to here. And so now this is going to be my 6th game, my 7th game, 6th win, and this is me playing Vitamin C, the deck that I just beat, against the Salty Goblins deck, which is sort of a strange deck. I think if you play it like a minor poison deck, you can do okay, right? But we'll see. So it's funny because I made a big deal out of not grouping your 3 Musks. Just keep that in mind as you see how I play this deck. So he starts out with Miner, and that's okay. He's gonna, get a little bit of chip damage. I'm starting out with a relatively pedestrian Miner to tank for the bats, and then when I take out the Miner, I'll have my Ice Golem tank for my bats. It's not particularly creative. But again, I'm looking at relatively safe plays. I want to see what kind of deck he's got, and so now I've got a pretty good idea. So here, Cannon Cart for Cannon Cart. I honestly don't know how to deal with Cannon Carts. I just drop a Cannon Cart. And you're going to see this Night Witch distracts the Inferno Dragon. It's so important to identify cards that you want to, so I want to save an answer for Inferno Dragon. But this was nice because the counter push gets me some chip damage from that bat because the Miner was tanking. But yeah, what I was saying is you want to sort of assign cards to other cards. So I now think, okay, when he's got his Inferno Dragon, I'm going to use my Night Witch, and then I can counter push with the bats and a Miner. And I think, okay, we're just going to keep trading for chip damage. However, I make a huge misplay here. Look at where I placed that Night Witch. I placed her one square too close, so that when she interacts with the Inferno Dragon's out of range. And I compound the problem with a second misplay of an Ice Spirit holding the Inferno Dragon out of range, and a third misplay with the Cannon Cart holding the Inferno Dragon out of range, and yet a fourth misplay with the Ice Golem. And I keep thinking, oh, the Inferno Dragon will come forward, and I'm underestimating his range, and I lose a tower because of it. So I clearly got flustered, made a huge mistake, made a small mistake, and I just kept compounding the problem. And so at this point, that's a pretty catastrophic failure. So one way to capitalize on catastrophic failures is to make sure that you don't relax, because you know that your opponent will probably relax when your opponent thinks that he's got it in the bag. So I surprise him with the Group 3 Musk. Not a fantastic play, but then I pre-arrow and take out his goblins, and he's a little surprised. Okay, but he's still got most of my tower down on the left-hand side. He's going to take care of these musks, and so at this point I have to switch to sort of a big picture strategy. So I'm going to drop my Ice Golem close on the left side. I'm going to pretend that I'm setting up for a big left counter push. Now keep in mind that he'd really have to mess up for me to get a big left counter push that can take that entire tower. So I'm playing like I'm going to push hard on the left-hand side. And you see, I'm pushing the left-hand side, but I've saved up my elixirs so that I can surprise him with the right-hand side push from the 3 Musk. He was probably expecting in the center to go for that left tower, but his King Tower had less HP, so that's a win for me. So yeah, like I said, I haven't been making videos for a while. I've been focusing on, so I've been producing electronic music. I don't know how many of you like electronic music, but I make sort of weird electronic music. And also, I played a little bit of Brawl Stars. So I'll try to put a link in the comments to my music, and I'll show you sort of roughly what it sounds like with this track. This is one of the tracks on there. It's kind of hipster electronica. So there's the album artwork. It's my name's Steven Singer, and this is Quote Questions, the name of the album. And then you also see I beat Chief Pat at Brawl Stars. I got Star Player once, right when it came out, but I've kind of turned to a crap player since then. So there's my top Brawl Stars achievement. Thanks for watching.